Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of Progress Diaries, where I'm working on breaking my current official record for multi-blind. In this episode, I'll go over a practice attempt I did with one passing. Before I get into my thoughts on this attempt itself, I wanted to define what one passing is, for me, at least. For me, one passing is where you only go over the memo once. So, therefore, one passing. I know there's other things that people do sometimes with like no reviews where they don't repeat a previous cube, but they'll repeat the memorization multiple times in their head before dropping down the cube. But for me, one passing is when you only go through each memo once. And so that's what this was in this attempt. And it's a small attempt, only 4 cubes. I just wanted to give it a try. This is actually my first time ever using one passing. So it was a fun experiment. I did about 6 or 7 attempts of 4 cubes with one passing, and this was the best out of all of those in terms of accuracy. So let's go over the memo speed right here. It's an average of 21.7 seconds per cube or per pass. And 21 seconds is quite slow for me now. I'm averaging about maybe 13.5 seconds, 13 seconds for the first pass. So it's almost double the time of my first pass. And so, not sure how worth it this is, even for practice, because in a normal attempt, I mean, of course, you would like to remember everything, but I think the ideal first pass is where you don't remember everything, but you remember enough to go quickly through the cube. And so, in future reviews, you'll more solidify the memo. In this case, since it was one pass, I had to try to make the first pass enough to remember everything. And as you can see here in the execution, it's very slow execution. So while I did make the memorization strong enough to remember almost all of it, wasn't nearly enough to have good recall. So this is something that I would consider practicing in the future. It was fun for sure, but I'm not sure how applicable it is to multi-practice at my current level, especially since I'm already working on my execution because it's quite slow since I'm pausing all the time for all my new algorithms. I think I'd be better off with more practices that are helping to push my execution rather than practices with very slow execution trying to push the maximum retention from the first pass. So overall, was a fun challenge. Not sure how useful practice it was, but I recommend giving it a try. It's actually a lot easier than it looks. So, yeah, if you're curious in trying out some one passing, I definitely recommend giving it a go. Thank you for watching.